down, coming to the side maybe, because then Charmaine's going to sit here for the welcome.
Okay.
Okay. It's a little bit tight. No.
I'll grab that chair.
Because Alex up and down anyway, so it makes more sense to do it. No.
Hello, Charmaine. How are you? Good, yeah? Where'd you go? Where'd you go?
Thank you, Melly.
Right, a very good afternoon to all of you. And welcome to Gqeberha, Port Elizabeth or Nelson Mandela Bay. It's known many names around the world, but we'd love to welcome you. But before I do that, because we have a special person to do an official welcome, and that is Charmaine Williams, Director of Sports, Recreation, Arts and Culture. Charmaine has been a fantastic supporter of road running in the Eastern Cape for at least a decade. See at all the races. So Charmaine, with a wealth of knowledge, you can welcome all of our athletes to the Friendly City. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Program Director, and warm Gqeberha welcome to everybody present. But just in terms of acknowledging the dignitaries that are here today, our Honourable Member of the Mayoral Committee responsible for Sport, Recreation, Arts and Culture, Councillor Kamana. You are most welcome in this briefing. This is your baby as the political representative responsible. Also, the President of Athletics South Africa, Mr. James Malloy. Welcome back to Nelson Mandela Bay. And then I'm not sure our group executive for Nedbank, I don't see the lady here, but in absentia, without Nedbank, this event would not be possible, so we want to acknowledge her even in her absence. As well as Mr. Nick Bester, the race director and of course national manager of Nedbank Running Club. Also, very important, the local president of Eastern Province Athletics, Mr. Stichling. You are most welcome in this gathering this afternoon. And then, of course, last but not least, the race convener on the local side for Eastern Province Athletics, Mr. Michael Mbambani. So, really all invited dignitaries, the panelists here in front, and then, of course, our most important guests, the athletes from all over. If you are from beyond the borders of South Africa, we want to say thank you that you have considered participation in this race and decided to come back. All those athletes, they are those that are, I would say, defending their winning titles in this race. May you have good weather on Sunday. May the wind be behind your back and not in front of you. And yes, I hope you will chase your PBs, but also break the records that need to be broken. With those few words, Program Director, let me also welcome members from the media and hand back to you. You are all welcome.
Thank you very much, Charmaine. I'd just like to tender an apology on behalf of Kensani Nabanda, the Nedbank Group Executive for Marketing and Corporate Affairs. She wasn't able to get down for this afternoon's gathering, many things on the go, but she will be here over the weekend and present for the big race. And thanks to Kelly Thompson, Sponsorship Manager, for stepping in at very short notice. We appreciate that. So, yeah, Charmaine, thanks so much for the wonderful welcome. You know, when I think of the Nedbank Runified Breaking Barriers 50 kilometer, it's almost like I think of some of the epic races in the world, and it's amazing that this race is in its infancy. I don't know about you, but I get excited when this weekend comes along, It's only the 3rd edition, but I'm excited for a variety of reasons. And they're all world-class. First of all, we have a world-class city. We have a world-class route. And I don't know who organized it, but somebody's organized world-class weather too for the weekend. So I'm sure the athletes are going to be quite happy. And then just touching on the idea of this race, which is beyond world-class. How did anybody in the midst, and when I say in the midst, M-I-D-S-T, we can also say in the midst, M-I-S-T, of COVID. How could anybody lie in their bed, put their head on a pillow, and dream up such a wonderful idea as of Gebega? Has just been phenomenal. And they've been so rewarded with 2 world records in the 1st edition, another world record last year, and who's to say we don't have another one on the weekend? We've also got a world-class organizing team, more of them a little bit later, and of course we've got world-class athletes, and more about them later. But I would now like to pause and welcome up to the stage Michael Mbambani, Eastern Province Athletics race convener. In our city, he's a lot more than that, but let's leave it at that for the moment. Thank you, Michael.
Good afternoon, ladies and gents. Press, I'm not going to adjust the mic. for some technical reasons, yes. Yeah, Alec, it's like we're dreaming, you know. And whenever we start conversation with someone saying, Mike, let's talk. We want to bring something to Nelson Mandela Bay. I no longer get excited. I no longer get excited because the load is getting bigger and heavier. But for the athletes, an opportunity of this nature, it's really amazing. I mean, yeah. 2021 was one of the most difficult years to organize a race, you know, with all the measures and all that, you know. So we are actually, as Eastern Province Athletics, the local LOC, and our main partner, the Nelson Mandela Bay, do always want to continue creating that conducive platform for major events to come to the city. It is good for the city as our main sponsor. It is good for our athletes because they lift one bar up, especially when you talk world records. A world record from a team member or any athletes from another city or another country, it might actually leave a local record, EP record. It might leave a South African record. In most cases, we don't remember the second position athlete. We always remember who won. In most cases, 2 athletes do break the world record, but the one that we'll remember is the one that stands. And that's the part of competition we expect from our athletes to accept such defeats. And what I like about road running is there's no substitute. If the 50 kilometers is busy dealing with you at 30, you're not going to ask your twin brother or your friend to come in for you. No, because the distance wants one person, you know, at a time. We will actually continue, Charmaine, raising our hand as Eastern Province Athletics to the rest of the corporate world to say that as Eastern Province Athletics, we've got a beautiful city, we've got great environment, we've got conducive platform, you know, for hosting these kind of events. And I mean, for us to also be part of rest of the world as one of those record-breaking cities. We've got a very big team, Alec, that we all know is working behind the scenes, that continues to absorb the pressure and deliver the best. That is the role we have now for Nedbank, so that we can continue with the marriage. You know, the nice thing is when people are getting married, I normally see cars with balloons and all that, you know, coming towards what is that place there, that beautiful place there? By the park, by the beach office. We see Happy Valley. That is where everyone goes. But when it's divorce, we don't see them going which direction. So people just go to Happy Valley and it ends there, you know. With us at Nedbank, we want to actually keep those balloons flying. And we're actually very happy as Eastern Province Athletics to actually be part of such an event. Good luck, guys. May the best win. We've got elders here at that parade. Yeah, I can see Mr. Kamana's got his hat. They've spoken to the elders. We've got a very beautiful weather on Sunday. Hopefully, the record will be gone. Thank you very much.
Thanks very much, Michael. And the next person I'm going to call up is another man who's world-class in many facets. He was a world-class athlete in his day. He's been a world-class coach, maybe still is, world-class manager, world-class businessman, world-class husband and father, and world-class friend as well. Nick Bester, let's hear from you, Director and National Manager of Nedbank Running Club. Thank you.
Thank you very much, and welcome everybody. Great to see you all here and make the time to come and visit the friendly city. I just want to go in quickly and tell you about the history of this event and the 50 kilometer. You know, way down when South Africa was isolated, we already owned a 50 kilometer in the world because Thomson Magawana was the official world record holder in the 50 kilometer. And Frith van der Merwe was the women's world record holder in the 50 kilometer. And with World Athletics, those years, the 50K were part of IAU. But with World Athletics dropping the 15 kilometer, the 25 and the 30 kilometer, and they added the 50 kilometer to their events. During COVID 2019, I realized this is an opportunity for our athletes to earn money because that time there was no races and they were isolated and they couldn't run, they couldn't earn. And I saw an ideal opportunity for South Africa to own the 50 kilometer in the world because we were known as ultra distance runners because of the comrades. And I decided, I decided, yes, to approach Nedbank and to put on this event. So go back to the history. Thomson Magawana had the 50 kilometer record. It was 2 hours 43 minutes. Then we put on the first event in 2021 when Ketema Negasa broke the record to 2:42. The next year, last year, Stephen Makoko, South Africa, take the record back for South Africans and ran 2:40. Same with the women. Frith van der Merwe owned the record. She ran 3:08 in the 80s. I think it was the 80s in the Two Oceans Marathon. And then Irvette van Zyl came and she broke the record down to 3 hours and 4 minutes. Last year, Boshu narrowly missed the record. And she ran also 3 hours and 4 minutes, but a couple of seconds slower than Irvette van Zyl. In the meantime, CJ Albertson, male runner from America, broke the record of Stephen Makoko. He ran, let's put it this way, he ran faster than Stephen Makoko. Stephen Makoko ran 2:40 on this course and 13 seconds, and CJ Albertson ran 2 hours 38 and 44 seconds. But because of the organizing and the world-class organizers, technical officials of Athletics South Africa, Eastern Provincial Athletics, we did the correct procedure and we applied for the record and we did the correct measurements, course measurements, fill in the papers and everything. CJ Albertson's record is not rectified yet because I believe there's some abnormalities in the race, but it could be rectified later. So at the moment, the record stand, Stephen Makoka's 2 hours, 40 minutes and 13 seconds. And that is what we're aiming for. But if you can run faster than, I see Frans is clapping his hands, Melekaya, because he's one of the pacers. If you can run faster than 2:39:44, I think, then we're also going to make sure that we're faster than CJ Albertson. But coming back to the history of the race, then I approached Nedbank because Nedbank will want to be seen as the main running club, not in South Africa alone, but in Africa. We've got clubs in Ethiopia, Lesotho, Zimbabwe, Kenya. And I think we really established that. I went through the record, the World Athletics record list. And if I go to all the age categories, you know, the World Athletics age category is a little bit different than Athletics South Africa's age categories. In athletics age categories in South Africa, every 10-year counts. Age 40 to 50, 50 to 60, 60 to 70, etc. But World Athletics, you can run, the slot is 5 years apart. So 35 to 40 is a record, 40 to 45, 45 to 50, so 5-year slots. And I went through the record list that I received through the help of Norrie Williamson from Mr. Real Homan. And the Nedbank Running Club in Africa is owning more than 10 world records in the 50 kilometer. So we're leading. Best, okay, let's say IAU, they call it best world time. It's only the seniors that's been recognized as a world record. But the rest is world best, but world best times. So Nedbank owning running in South Africa and in Africa, combined with a city, Nelson Mandela Bay municipality, that want to be known as the sports city of Africa, and own sport in Africa. And that is, you can just see it's happening. They've got the Ironman here, the Nedbank Elite World Athletics Elite Label Race, the Herald Cycle Tour, the 21-kilometer SA South African Championships, that's also a World Athletics event. So Nelson Mandela Bay, and I can't say Cubera, please. What is the correct name? I leave it to Mike. So, the combination of Nedbank and the organizing committee with Michael and Irene van Eden and the Nelson Mandela Bay municipality, we've put on another world-class event. We've got elite label status from World Athletics, and we've got this year gold label status from IAU. So now on race day, we've got great pacers here. We've got 4 male pacers that's going to run at world record pace. We've got 2 ladies that's going to run at world record pace for the women. One of them, the likes of Ilalia Johannes. She's a medalist in the Commonwealth Games. And the other one is Stella Marais, who also paced last year. We've got Melekaya France 2:09 marathoner going to pace together with Lloyd Bosman, Godwin Haynes, Tabang Boshiaku. So the pace will be on. The men's going to run at 3 minutes and 9 seconds per kilometer, and the women's going to run at 3 minutes and 40 seconds per kilometer. And that's world record pace. And now we just pray for the wind and the rain to stay away. And we're going to have, I predict again, I always stick my neck out, we're definitely going to have a world record again on Sunday. But thank you very much to everybody, and thank you for the team. It's a team effort. Without the team, you're just as strong as a team. Individual is not strong, and it's a big team effort that put this on the road. And thank you for everybody involved and the co-sponsors. Thank you very much.
Thanks very much, Nick. Well, I certainly hope that when Melekaya Frans runs at the front of this field on Sunday, he doesn't run in the manner he ran when he won the South African Half Marathon Championships last year. And you're probably wondering why I said that, because he was so phenomenal. Well, in that race, he was throwing surge after surge after surge. And these athletes, ultra-distance athletes, don't like surging. So nice and smooth. Okay, Melekaya. Just touching on Nedbank, you know, they've been a committed supporter of road running for at least 15 years now. Absolutely phenomenal. They've got 4,000 members of their club here in South Africa. And every time I put on the TV and I'm watching a race in Kenya or watching a race in Ethiopia, their Nedbank's in the top 3 every time. It's absolutely amazing what they're achieving on the continent of Africa, so well done to them on that. The next person I'd like to welcome, and I see that his right-hand man is also here. Enoch, welcome to you. He's, of course, the chairman of Road Running Athletics South Africa, but I'm turning my attention now to the president of Athletics South Africa. He must love coming to Gqeberha. Every time he comes here, there's a record, or there's some fancy achievement. He must just love this place. So, James, come tell us about your love affair with our beautiful city. Thank you.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is James Moloi, the president of Athletics South Africa. Thank you, MC. Thank you very much. Okay, I will start to acknowledge the following people. The MMC, Basi Kamana from Sports, Arts and Culture. Thank you for attending this event for us. And then the president of Eastern Province, Sticks. Thank you very much for allowing us to come to your province. And Kansani, because she's not around, I thought maybe she's around. Nedbank Group Executive and for Marketing and Corporate. The Mayor of Nelson Mandela Corporate Municipalities, Mr. Riff Odendal, Mr. Michael Mbambani, my colleague. I ran with this man for 20 years, but while we're still very young, me and him, we used to chase each other. So it's nice to see these men plowing back to the province. Most of the top athletes, they will just complain at home that, no, we want this, we want that. But they're not doing anything, but he's doing something. We understand. Same applies to me. And then that young man, Enoch Skosana, they are back again, they are plowing back in athletics. The Eastern Province Athletic Race Convener, Michael. The board of Eastern Cape or Eastern Province Athletics. And Charmaine, thank you very much. I've been troubling you for a long time for this event, asking you to host for us. The executive of the Nelson Mandela Metropolitan, and the chair of Road Running, Enoch Skosana. Race director, Nick, my friend. You still remember you came to my office that you want to organize this event. I was not difficult for you. I allow you to organize this event. Thank you very much. For the sake of athletes, thank you very much. And athletes and coaches, our friends of the media, and ladies and gentlemen. Firstly, I just want to congratulate the Team South Africa, for cross-country Team South Africa. They did very well. For those who are watching on TV, they came forth. They ran very well. So all in all, there were a lot of countries that were doing very well, but you have seen that our athletes did very well. So if we can put more effort and have a lot of development, maybe you can assist us in terms of the development in all provinces. I think we might be number 1, number 2, number 3. I've seen the gap. If you have seen the gap between the cross country, it was just a small gap. Coming to the third leg, it was not that big. So it shows that if we can put more money in development, we can make it as times. Within 2 years, we can catch Kenya, we can catch Ethiopia, we can beat them all. So it's just a matter of time. I'm telling you the honest fact. But we need you guys, especially the legends, to come back and plow back. And then we have to pay some certain incentives for you guys to come back and assist athletics. So from our side, we will maybe try by all means just to give provinces money to assist us in terms of development, because we are getting there. For the mere fact out of 214 countries, we are there in top 5, in top 10. It counts a lot, because the senior team came fourth, and then the women, they came 7th, and then the juniors came 4th, and then you can imagine all of us, all those teams came on top 10 out of 214 countries. So you can imagine. So, and even Sunday, I think we are expecting something coming from South Africa. Unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, those countries are coming from outside. That's our trophy on Sunday. Please bear with me. It's one of those things. The Nedbank Runified Breaking Barriers, 50 kilometers, all the years, broken its barriers. And this year we will be expecting nothing less from South Africa. We continue to enjoy a growth partnership between Athletics South Africa and Nedbank and the Nelson Mandela Bay Metropolitan to the successful benefit of our beloved athletes and coaches. Yet to another great race that we are all engaged waiting for the race where endurance determines the last athlete standing at the finish line. This is a World Athletic Elite label of IAU gold label race, which has the fastest become an attractive to international athletes. This year, everyone will be going for a broke to the beat of the world record held by Stephen Mokoka, who will be defending this one fiercely. There's only one thing left to do when the stakes are so high. It is to go in there and put up an impending fight for win. We are going to have a sleepless night waiting for the race to begin, as we are looking forward to another road riding thriller where quality performance are about setting a new world record. Tomorrow is a battle, or on Sunday is going to be the battle for the CCs. All the work that have been put it at the gym and all those hours, days and months of training will be full tested on Sunday. Without doubt, the sports of athletics has turned many amateurs, boys and girls into exceptionally men and women of note, into elite professional. It is therefore important to recognize the money that has been pumped into the race as a mouth-watering incentive by Nedbank. Thank you, Nedbank, for supporting this event, and you can continue with that. When you dangle the thick bunch of carrots, it thrives the athletes to give all their achievement for ultimate glory. It is well known that the great moments are born from the great opportunities taken on Sunday, that what we will be witnessing. The winners on Sunday can only come from those who have put all the times, hard work, time to prepare for the race. The record book will be led by the winners of the day, but will be joined the rest of the athletes in the satisfaction of the good run and the smile we will be sharing. Last year, this race was won by Doubtful to the ultramarathon, and therefore we welcome this year's race to be attractive and significant number of athletes who will be also running their first ultra. We thank all the stakeholders involving in putting all that together, including the organizing committee, road safety, medical, technical officials, and volunteers. It is stamped up for on Sunday, Clash of the Giant. We wish everyone a wonderful race. Let the best man win. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Malloy. You probably don't remember, I was in one or two of those races too. But I always lost the sprint, so anyway. Yeah, talking about people putting back into the sport, we must also recognize that Hendrik Ramala will be joining us. I don't know if he's arrived yet. Oh, he has arrived. Right, let's welcome Hendrik Ramala, representing the NSICA team. Of course, the man who won the 2004 New York Marathon and achieved so many great things, including 2 silver medals at World Half Marathon Championships. And that's what James is looking for, South Africans to go and get medals on the world stage. And there's an opportunity to get some of those medals right here. Not that it's a world championship, but it is recognized by the IAU as a gold label event, and also by World Athletics as an elite event. So let's now introduce Kelly Thompson, the sponsorship manager at Nedbank. Thank you, Kelly.
Good afternoon, everyone. I would just like to welcome all the delegates, our partners, sponsors, and the athletes to this event, and thank you for being here. As Alex said, Nedbank's been a proud sponsor of running for 15 years, and we've been involved with Nick Best has helped us develop and create the Nedbank Running Club, and through that we've aimed to actively grow the base of athletes in the country and raising quality for our local athletes and attracting the best South African runners with providing them with the necessary local infrastructure. That's why in 2021 we were so glad that Nick Bester came to us and spoke about this breaking barriers and giving us an opportunity to be involved and be a partner where we could encourage local South Africans, internationals, and like I said, all could compete against each other and give us all an opportunity. And it's been really, really exciting. I didn't think that it would be 3 years. I'm very chuffed that it is 3 years, and I hope to go for another few more years with the team, because we've got a great team here, working with the city, working with just all of us together. It's been great. We work together nicely, and it's looking fantastic. On Sunday, we are hoping, no pressure, but we're hoping that we do break a record for male and female. That would be fantastic for all of us. And I just want to say a special thank you to all our partners that make this race possible, and to all the guys that work behind the scenes. I appreciate all of you. Nedbank appreciates all of you. And we're very, very proud to be part of this event. So thank you. And sorry, not to forget the athletes. Good luck. I hope you have a phenomenal race and everything goes well. So thank you.
Thanks very much, Kelly. And once again, thank you so much to Nedbank for their continued support of not only this race, but of road running in South Africa. Now, the next person I'm going to call up is one of the more important men in the room. I've got to know him quite well over the last, I think it's only about 18 months he's been in the position. Is that about right? 2 Decembers ago. Yeah. We met at the One City Marathon. Councillor Bassi Kamana, Nelson Mandela Bay, MMC for Sports, Recreation, Arts and Culture. He tells me he's still training and he will be participating in one of the events at some stage in the future. So, Bassi, if you could come up and say a few words. Thank you.
After all has been said and done, I'm called upon to come to the podium. What I will do, I'll only navigate myself between the lines. And possibly I break some world record as well. Program Director, noble sons and daughters, on this occasion of the 3rd edition of hosting Nedbank Runified Breaking Barriers 50-kilometer marathon, on behalf of Nelson Mandela Municipality, allow me to greet you all. It gives me a great pleasure to be in the company of national and international officials, as well as athletes, as well as our visitors who are here today to enjoy themselves in this city, which is known as the friendly city, but now it is Gqeberha, the city of action. An action that we'll be seeing on Sunday. We are particularly proud as the city to host this race, which has been given an elite label status by World Athletics, as well as a gold status by IAU. We are confident that the race will live to its expectations. It is through these events that people are united into one indivisible whole, thus creating a world citizen under one race, the human race, without any barriers living to the message of the race itself. Allow me, Program Director, to first start with Mrs. Kaylee Thompson, the representative of Nedbank. To Nedbank, the banking institution which has made this a reality, we as NMB, we thank you. It is when private sector join hands with public institutions that one sees a real change. I hope that everyone here will join the Green Brigades. Color green to us is a sign of youth and vitality. It represents life in abundance. When anything turns the color, we can see that there's no life there. We can see that there is life in Nedbank through you, Kelly. I thank you. To Athletics South Africa, Ndatemloi, thanks for showing confidence in the city and allow it to host this event. We will not let you down. To EPA, your professionalism is unparalleled. As the city, we are proud of you. It's you who make us tick. Pramike Mbambani, Ngqeqeshi, continue projecting a positive personality. More is coming to our side through you. Prastix, bravo, Rotman. Your leadership is marvel to watch. One would wish to copy from you. Nick Bester, thanks for the dream. Continue dreaming again, because your dreams become a reality. To the Executive Director, Charmaine Williams, who is synonymous with sports in the metro, spanning from the dark days until now. I say, Charmaine, brighten the corner where you are so that people can see the light. Continue carrying the torch and the masses will follow. We will follow you. We cannot imagine sport here without you. I am proud to work with you and your team. Bravo again. Athletes, the decks are cleared. The race must be joined. May the best athlete win, not may the best man win. May the best athlete win. Sabonana ngekawa siphumelele enkosi.
I must say, it's always wonderful hearing from Basi Kamani. He gives such wonderful speeches with so many words of wisdom, and we thank you for that. Much appreciated. So now let me call up, I'll just tell you what's going to basically happen now is I'm going to ask the President of Eastern Province Athletics, Stichling, to say a vote of thanks, and then we are going to introduce some of our top athletes, contenders, to everybody here, and if there are any questions for any of them, you'll be welcome to ask. But before we do that, let me call up Stix, President of the EPA. Thank you.
Good afternoon, athletes, and I start with athletes because this event is all about athletes. If it's not for athletes, we've got nothing. So today it's all about you. And on Sunday, it's all about you, and of course your coaches, and of course your managers. It's all about you. So my first word of thanks is to all of you sitting here, waiting anxiously to go and break the record. I'm a has-been athlete for many, many years, but in my time when I was kind of trying to be a good athlete, we were not privileged enough to have races like this in South Africa, and we couldn't attend those races. And today I'm so excited for you because you've got the world ahead of you. Everything is here. And all we ask is go out, enjoy yourself, and hit the records. Because our city, we want to be the city of the records. And I'm sure it's going to happen. But guys, go and enjoy yourself. So thank you very much for your hard training, for coming to us, for being part of this race. And we're going to watch you, and we're going to shout and cheer you all along the way as old athletes and nowadays administrators. But really, I'm so excited for you. That said, we can't have a race if we don't have a city and support to bring that race to this country and South Africa. And Councillor Kamana, Basi, I have to speak last. So I'm the worst of you second last, I'm last. So I have to try and do something about it. But I must tell, we've got a challenge. Apparently we're going to do a 10K against each other. He's training for it. I'm recovering from an injury, a bum injury, but he's training for it. But anyway, so I'm waiting for that challenge. But if it wasn't for the city, and councillor, you have to express to your council that we are so please, that your positive attitude to bring the sport and specifically road running to this city. And then, of course, Charmaine, that's part of that team. You know, the one thing that I must tell you about Charmaine is that I start with Michael, and I said, Michael, we've got SA cross country we want to bid for. Can you talk to Charmaine? And he says, no, we'll talk. And the first thing what happened was that they found a way to get some money for the SA cross country champs to be here this year in the city. So thank you very much for that positive attitude towards athletics and towards what we're doing here. We can't do it without you. So let's give them first a good hand, guys. We have to. And then everyone said that, you know, but I have to go to Nedbank. You know what? You know what? Nedbank, without the sponsor, without money, there's nothing. You know that. So thank you very much for the 15 years that you're part of, you know, the sport. You plow such a lot of money into it, effort, and through you and Nick, which Nick obviously, it was his brainwave and him, and of course then from our city, Michael. That's the team that sets up this. And I think you all know that you run and everything must go well as an athlete. You don't want anything to go wrong. The route, showing you water, you know, support. But can you imagine the team behind it and the effort behind it? Michael, you and Nick, putting it up. There are so many people that you're managing to put on this race. And I want to thank you and each and every one of your team that's doing this for us. And thank you that everyone recognizes that you're putting it at such a high level that it's recognized in the world that this event is at that level. So thank you very much, guys, for your... and then, of course, Athletics South Africa allowed us, as a province, to stage this race. And the President, James Malloy, said, you know, him and Michael had a discussion, and Nick, and, you know, and they agreed that it must come to this city. But I must tell you that in South Africa, the athletes are taking over. When I was a board member many moons ago, the top guy sitting here in front of you, the President, James Malloy, he was in my team. I was a team manager to world champs. He was in my team. There's Enos Kusana, the chairman of ASA Road Running. He was in my team. Am I right? They were in my team. So the athletes are taking over. And I'm very happy that in South Africa, athletics are going places. You've heard what happened in the cross-country championships. What you don't know is that I was about 10 years the chairman of SA Cross Country. And there wasn't even a SA Champs then. But we started with development. It's all about development of the youngsters. And those youngsters are now getting to the top athletes. So thank you very much, President, you and Chairman, that you're here and that you're supporting us as athletes. You know the pain. I've seen you. I was there when you tried your best. And now we must put this up for everyone that sits here, the athletes, to give them the best. But thank you for being here and supporting this. Then also, at the end of the day, and program director, also top athlete in his time, thank you very much for the opportunity. And I hope that you're going to absolutely do your best. Thank you very much.
Thanks very much, Stix. I mentioned I open up when I spoke about world class, and so many things are world class. Even the media briefing here, the comments, the positiveness, the passion, the unity, everybody working together to a common cause to give you, the athletes, an opportunity to race on a superb, fast, flat, well laid out course with good refreshments, good officials, and hopefully the best timekeepers who get that stopwatch stop just in time. And of course, Nedbank putting up some wonderful prize money as well. So a world-class event to look forward to. We're now going to introduce our athletes, some of the top athletes. So I'll start off with, sorry? Okay. If I could invite our distinguished guests to perhaps vacate the seats. Thank you. It's the first time I've had the honor of saying that, Kelly. I've always been the one told, move.
Space.
All right, so let's first of all call up a man who we all saw him on our TV screens last year when he won the Comrades Marathon. But what impressed me about Teti Dijana is when he came to the One City Marathon here in Gqeberha last year. I have never seen a man sign so many autographs and stand for so many selfies as this man that day. He was in high demand. Where is our champion, Comrades Marathon champion, Teti Dijana? You want to come and join us up here? Right, he's looking a little bit blonde today. We won't miss him in the race, that's for sure. Right, and from Max Elite, Ndali Belachu is not here. He will be arriving still. He's had some visa issues, but he is apparently on his way. But from Max Elite, we have Puli Sebeko from Free State. Of course, he's the younger brother of Simon, who won the SA Marathon Championships last year. And because Simon stood on the podium, there wasn't space for the guy who finished fourth, which was younger brother Puli. If he is here, he ran 2:17 last year at SA's. Welcome. From Max Elite. Martin Ngwenya speaks highly of this young man. Then another Comrades champion, Edward Motibi, the man who's always got a smile on his face. Welcome. We know. We can call him slender, we can call him pencil, we can call him lots of things. Right, and then also from Max Elite, you've got Teboho Nusi from Lesotho. He's running 3:16 at Two Oceans. He's better known as a trail runner, but beware, a man who can run 3:16 at Two Oceans and who can run great trail runs. And then from Ensika, Ntendiso Mpakati. Let's welcome him up here. He's, of course, done very well in Nelson Mandela Bay in years gone by, as a marathon best of 2:18. Right, then we're going to welcome Gadisa Kutama from Ethiopia. Is he here? Yeah, he's here, right. 2:19 last year at the Soweto Marathon. Now, when you think 2:19, you think, well, that's just breaking 2 hours 20. But for those of you who've been to Soweto, you will know it's not flat, it's not cool, there's lots of turns, there's a lot of competition. Probably one of the toughest marathons in this country. So if you break 2:20 in Soweto, you are one of the top performers. And then I'm going to ask Malakaya France from Ikamba. You can also come and join us. 2:09.24 last year at the World Champs in Oregon. And of course, he'll be the valuable pace setter. Come and grab this chair over here. We also, I think we might also have in the audience Kolisa Lumbini. Is he here? X Factor? Ah, he's, Malachi said he should still be training, but he's finished. X Factor, you can come a little bit close and sit in front over here. I'm sure there might be a few questions for one of our local heroes. Right, folks. Do we have any questions for any of these athletes, or shall I ask them each question? Anybody got a question that they would like to ask? At any time, please feel free to put up your hand. You're welcome to ask them a question. I wonder, I'm going to ask the athletes to stand a bit closer so the microphone is being, or the broadcast is being live streamed so we can hear. So Teti, you can come up first. If you wouldn't mind standing next to me here. Right. You need to stand so you can speak into the microphone. So, Hetty, last year you ran the 50K. And what's your experience? What are you hoping for this weekend?
Good evening, everyone. Yeah, don't mind my English, it's running away from me.
You can speak in your language.
No, speak English.
That's good.
Yeah. Compared to last year, I had an experience, and I was going with the pace setters, and until I saw the bunch, cutting the bunch, so I didn't aim for the record last year, but I came to run. So this year is different because on Sunday it will depend on my body, and I will go with the flow. Yeah.
That's wonderful. Let's give him a round of applause. That's damn good English. So, Deddy, let me ask you one other question. I remember Comrades last year, and there was a big talk about the athletes in camp with Coach Dave Adams. How's it going there in the camp?
It's going very well. I'm so happy to have him in my life. Yeah, very happy.
Yeah, there's another man who has done wonders for South Africa. And there we've got Masibodi. What would you like to ask?
Last year, as we said, many people didn't know Negasa when you ran your 50K, including some of the guys in the bunch. This time it's different. Everyone knows you now because you've been taking selfies. So how does that affect you in the race? Because now everyone knows already more than anyone.
Yeah, because I like being an underdog. So I'm no longer underdog. Things are different, and I know all the guys, all the eyes, they will be on me. But I will run my own race. Yeah, I will run my own race, and I know any move that I will do, they will do, and obviously even me, any move that they will do, I will do also. That's what is gonna be on Sunday.
Okay, super. Thank you very much. We're going to not ask you to share any more secrets. You can now sit down and rest. Otherwise, they're going to know your tactics. You're telling them already a little bit of the secrets of the trade here. Yeah, so second here last year, and then that fantastic run in the Comrades Marathon. Absolutely amazing. We can now ask his teammate, Edward Matibe, who has been to this race before and, of course, has won the Comrades Marathon before, but was on the losing end to Tijani last year. Come and tell us a little bit about your opponent and about your form.
Good day, everyone. It's happy to be back on Quebec, and thank you very much for the organizers to make this race very possible, and Athletics South Africa to make it possible as well. Thank you so much. For me, I don't have so much pressure because I don't always intend to run anyone's race. I always run my race, and that's who I am. So tomorrow, on Sunday, I'll be doing what I have to do and what I've been told to do as my coach. Yes, Tete is my opponent, but he's my training partner as well, as one knows already. So I'm just going on Sunday to go and enjoy my race. That's all. Thank you.
Thanks very much. I still remember that great race in the Comrades Marathon against, was it Bong Musa, on the poly shorts. So I had the privilege of being the helicopter that day. And Bong Musa and Temi had thrown a massive surge, and usually the man who starts poly shorts in the lead wins. And I remember making a brave call, and I said, I don't think the cotton has snapped yet. Edwin Matibe is still looking good. And slowly but surely he clawed his way back and ran a phenomenal race. So well done again on that fantastic victory. Right, Pule and Teboho, I believe that your English is a little bit limited. Or are you happy to come and speak? Okay, you come speak your own language. That's perfect. I'll ask you in English, and he'll answer. Right. So tell us, what's it like having a brother to compete against and train with?
Ke rata ho dumedisa kaofela batho ba teng le ho leboha Nedbank ho hosta this race this year le dilemo tse fetseng. Ke leboha team ya ka Mr Price. Yeah, since we wish hore nka matha this race ya Nedbank, and o trainer my brother ke motivation e kgolo. Ne tse sa training together dilemo tse fetseng, but this year we started training together, and ntho e nngwe e sharp. We are motivated because every time ra khothatsana re dula re le training like re phela yona athletic. Yeah.
That's super. Thank you very much, and good luck for your event on the weekend. Tibor, would you like to come and say a few words in your language? Yeah. Okay, it's fine. You can speak to those people there in the mountain kingdom, eh?
Yes.
I used to live in Lesotho, by the way. A little place called Leribe. And we used to have the Max Africa training camps there at near Katsidam. Halejoni. Do you know the place?
Yes.
Yeah, that's where we used to train. All right, so let's ask Teboho, who has really done fantastically well on the trail. He's won numerous top trail events in the country. And tell us about your expectations in this road race.
Ka nnete ha ona le dintho tse ngata ka nnete lebelo ke lebelo re itlhophile ba bohle ho se tla tswa ka bona Sontaha na mmelo tla bolo jwa motho tla tla mo mathe ho latla ona o train jwang o ska wa ipetla sa khatello leo ke seo ke tla tla ke setsa ka Sontaha.
Lovely, thank you. Enoch? Did you want to ask something?
Ka hara ho Nedbank re tla qotisana le hlokwa jwalo jwalo empa ho se tla tswa gona mmele wa se bapadi ka seng hore na o jwang ile hore nka wina ho ka wina Nedbank ho latela gona mmele o jwang o train jwang ke a lebo.
Thanks very much. And of course, Mr. Price were the kingpins of the road running scene for many, many years. And they'll be looking to get back to the front of the field. Let's now introduce, I'm going to break from some of the runners. I'm going to call up Malakaya France. So Malakaya, come and tell us about this pace-setting duties you've got for Sunday. What are you hoping to do in helping these guys?
Good evening, everyone. I can't wait for Sunday only to do my work as a pacemaker. It's easy to run, it's easy to say 309 is easy, but when you're there, it's not easy. I need to pace myself properly because the guys they will be looking to me as a pacer. If I fail the job, they won't get the record. I need to stay focused in the road and tell the guys, no, guys, we're inside the record. Let help me as well to push the pace. If they help me, they will break the record.
Super, thanks very much, Malakaya. My son Jamie had the privilege of running part of the opening 20Ks last year with Malakaya, and he said, yo, Malakaya is like a general in the bunch there. He's talking to the guys, come on, we've got to work, we're going to do this thing. And he was working really hard, so well done to him on that. Just to give you an idea, he mentioned the pace of 309. I don't know how many of you have done parkrun. So if you go down to a parkrun, there might be 300, there might be 500 people. And you might see 1 or 2 or 3 people run under 16 minutes for the 5 kilometers. These world-class athletes are going to run sub-16 or 15:45 for every 5K of that 50K. In other words, 10 park runs. They're going to try and run 15:45. That is astonishing. Right, so the next person I'm going to call up from Nsika Athletics Club, another athletics club that has made its mark on the South African road running scene. Top coach in the house is Hendrik Ramala, but his protege, Ntandiso Mpakati, if you could come up and speak to us about his race. You've been in Port Elizabeth, Kaberga before, this 50K, you've run the One City Marathon. Obviously, you love running in the city. Tell us about how it feels.
Good evening, everyone. I won't say much because I'm still young in athletics. Maybe. Before I talk anything, please, Melkai, obey us. We are old. Don't kill us.
You said you're young.
Yeah, it's like. By the way, okay, I'm in front. I'm talking with the people. To be in PE, I think it was 2020 or 2021. I'm not sure exactly. I was here running Nelson Mandela Bay 42 Ks. I won it in 2018, and then a gap. Then I came back again to run 50 kilometers, but it was my first time to run ultra. I was not aiming anything. I was just running. I just told myself the difference here is 8 Ks. So I will check if I'll be able to cross to fight that 8 kilometers. That was the plan, because I don't know how to run ultra. So, but unfortunately, I did try my best. I got position 3, which was second South African 242. And then I tried to little bit try to focus on it, that maybe I can try another one. Here I am again. I'm here to try. I'm not saying I'm here to win. No, guys, please. I'm here to try. I don't have anything. No nutrition, nothing. I was just drinking my hair. Yeah, it's me. Yeah, please, guys. Yeah. So if you see Cindy Sompagati on the road, yeah, I'm just trying. Just be with me. I'm trying. If I'm cramping, just say, no, brother, please try. Yeah, you will finish the race. Yeah. So, yeah, I'm just enjoying the athletics. I don't have anything to say. Thanks, man.
Thanks very much. No. One more question. It was very, very fun. In 2004, I boarded a plane to go to the New York City Marathon. And on the same plane was Hendrik Ramala. And I asked Hendrik, how's it going? He said, no, I'm just going to go and try. I said, oh, that's good. And I said, what do you think your chances are? He said, well, if it's warm and there's no wind, I can win the race. God's truth. Those are the words. You're going to try. It's going to be warm. There's no wind. Hendrik said? Okay, that's fine. Right, do we have, we got Gadisa Gautama here. Do we need a translator, Gadisa? Are you able to speak English? Wonderful. Right. Okay, no speak English, but you can speak in your language. Just have a word, give a message in Ethiopian. Here we go. Yeah.
bara kana dorgommii kana irratti jechuudha. Amaranya. እሺ እኔ ዘንድሮ እንትንም እሮጫለሁ ሶዌቶ ማራቶን እሮጫለሁ እዛም ሮጫለሁ በጣም እየመራው ነበር እንደ ምክንያት እንደ አጋጣሚ እግር አሞ ነበር ጫማው ይዞኝ በዛ ምክንያት አሁን እሱ ሁለተኛው መጣውና ይሄ አሁን ደግሞ ለመጀመሪያ ስለሆነ 50 ኪሎ ሜትር ማለት ነው እና አሁን ይሄ ማራቶን ሮጬ በጣም አሪፍ ሰዓት ለመሮጥ አስቤ ነው መጣው ማለት ነው።
Hello everyone. This is my first 50K race for me. I've run a Soweto Marathon before and it was good even though I was injured. But on Sunday, I'm just going to do my best. I feel fit and I feel ready and I'm going to do my best and see what happens. Thank you.
Okay. Super, thank you very much. That was very brave. Thank you. Right, let's now call up the X-Factor on the right-hand side there. He's the man with the white shades. Polisa, please come and join us. In our town, he's known as the president of the Social Runners Club. I don't know if you know, so that's got nothing to do with athletics ability, because Adam Lipschitz is the chairman of the South African Social Runners Club. So when you get appointed as chairman of a regional social runners club, it means you aspire to become like Adam. So tell us, X Factor, how is it with this new responsibility?
It's not too much because I'm used to it. So it's just that I'm happy this year with the race because I've been carrying the Kebeha flag alone. Now I've seen in the list there's a lot of guys from Kebeha, so I'll be running free this year. Then you will see magic. Hey, I say a question.
Yes, on that point, we've got these guys from Northwestern, we've got our brothers and sisters from Ethiopia. Even though he's from Eastern Cape, I will count him as Soweto, Kimunakas, and then we've got a big responsibility. How do you approach it against these from the other regions that want to come and take the title from?
That's why I said there'll be magic, because before I was just representing my people, because they were not here. Now they'll be here, we even have George this year, George Ntiliza. So he'll carry the flag, I'll deal with these guys. But you never said you introduced yourself as one of us. That's the thing. Only cheap, look, I can't help that.
Yeah, so you mentioned George Ntiliza, who won the Two Oceans Marathon. Fortunately for you guys, it was about 20 years ago or so. And also in the race, a man who could break or set a world best in his age group is a guy called Desmond Zibi, who finished second in the Two Oceans once. He's 59 years of age, and he is still running 33 minutes for the 10Ks. Quite phenomenal. And X Factor, I do believe that every now and again you and he have a sprint?
Yeah, that old man. He has his days. And I'm hoping that tomorrow he brings his A game, then there'll be more magic.
All right, super. Thanks, X Factor. Thank you to all our gents here. We can bring up the ladies now. Right, if I could ask Steve, our Ethiopian translator, to come back up, because we've got a few ladies we'd like to have a few words with. If I could call up to the front here, our defending champion, Miliwork Bosho from Ethiopia. She has the best marathon time of 2:30 set in Marrakesh. Well done and welcome. Shelmit Miruiki from Kenya. She ran a 2:33 marathon in Las Palmas, Spain. In fact, my son is at the moment in Las Palmas, Spain, on a training camp. Hanna Lundholm from Sweden. Arguably the fastest runner in the field with a 2:28 set in Sevilla. Welcome to you. Dominika Stelmach, second in last year's Comrades Marathon from Poland. Tinibebe Ali from Nedbank in Ethiopia. She with us. We'd also like Adele Brodrake to join us up front here. This athlete is really going from strength to strength. Khalaletsang Mkhor, is she with us? And then if I could also ask Stella Murray just to come up as well. She's one of the pace setters. We'll have a word with her as well. Right, let's start off with our defending champion. I'm going to rely on you for a lot of help here, if you don't mind. Meliwork Boshu sitting over here, defending champion, and came so close to that record, world record. And I think everybody here is wondering, are you ready to challenge for the record this year?
እየጠየቀሽ ያለው ባለፈው አመት በጣም ለጥቂት ነው የዓለምን ሬከርድ ለመስበር ተቃርበሽ ያላለፍሽው በዚህ ጊዜ ለመስበር እቅድ አለሽ ወይ እንዴት ነው እቅድሽ?
አዎ እንግዲህ ባለፈው አመት እኔ ሬከርድ ውስጥ እንዳለው አላወኩም ነበር። አሁን ግን እሱን ለማሻሻል ጠንክሬ ሰርቼ መጥቻለሁ ሞክራለሁ።
Yes, at the time last time I wasn't aware of the record because I wasn't told and I was just running my own race. But now that I'm aware and I know that there's a record that needs to be broken, I feel ready and I'm going to do my best to break the record.
That's wonderful. We wish you all the best. Right, so while you're up here, we've also got Tinibebe Ali, if you'd like to come and join us. Also from Ethiopia. Right now, this lady did very, very well in her Soweto Marathon last year. A very tough course. This is obviously a lot faster and a lot flatter. How do you expect her to do, or how does she expect to do on a fast and flat course?
ባለፈው አመት ሶዌቶ ማራቶን ሮጠሽ ነበረ ጥሩ ነው የሰራሽው በጣም ከባድ ነበር መንገዱ በዚህ ጊዜ ግን መንገዱ የሚመች ነው ምንም እንኳን ረጅም ቢሆን ማለት ነው እና እንዴት ለመስራት እንዴት ሰራለው ብለሽ ታቀጃለሽ?
የሰቶ በጣም ይከብድ ነበረ ፈታኝ ነበረ ግን ሁሉም ያው መዳሊያ ውስጥ ገብቻለሁ እግዚአብሔር ረድቶኝ ያሁንም ደግሞ እንግዲህ 50 ኪሎ ሜትር ለመጀመሪያ ጊዜ ነው ግን የተሻለ ቦታ ስለሆነ ያው ሪከርድም ባይጠበቅ ደረጃ ውስጥ ገባለሁ ብዬ እሞክራለሁ።
Yes, like you said, the Soweto Marathon was quite challenging because of the nature of the race and the environment. But now that it's a better environment, even though it's still my first race, my plan is not to win, not to win, but I don't expect myself to win, but I'm going to push myself to do the best that I can.
Super. Thank you. Right, and let's bring up our Kenyan visitor, Shelmet Mruiki. Shelmet, are you happy to speak in English? That's wonderful. If you could come up here. She's going to try, and you're welcome to speak in your own language as well. Thank you. So last year you had a fantastic jewel and you came in second in this race. How did you find the event last year?
Okay, I may say like last year was a bit challenging for me because I have never again done ultramarathon. Going beyond 42 kilometers was a challenge. But I may say like I have done 2 oceans, I have done Nedbank 50 kilometer, I got little experience. Through the little experience that I have, I pray that Sunday will be a better day for us, and for me also, for us, generally. So, I am not saying that I will fail, neither am I saying that I will win, because God has our faith for us all. He knows our possessions, and He knows our abilities. Though through God's, we pray for the best. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Right, let's move on to our Swedish visitor, Hanna Lundholm. If she could come up, please. Thank you. Now, Hanna, I see that you ran 2:33 in the Taipei Marathon. That is a race that one of our great athletes from this region went and ran in. Late Michael Scout ran in the Taipei Marathon back in the 90s. So it's nice that you're also coming here, but I see you've got a 2:28 in Sevilla. That is, anybody going under 2:30 is entering into the ultras. Must be very nice. What are you hoping for here?
Well, I hope I will break the world record, but it's my first 50K race, so I'm a bit nervous how my body will react the last 8K. But when I run 42K, I'm pretty confident with 3:40 pace, and I hope I will make it all the way to the finish line.
So tell us about your preparation for an event. If you've never done 50, you've done a lot of 42s in your life. And obviously there's a big difference those last 30 minutes, the glycogen depletion and the muscle breakdown. How have you prepared for this race to get to those 8Ks?
I ran some 45Ks, and the longest one was 48K. But it was in -degrees in Sweden, so it's a big difference to run here in South Africa in temperature.
Well, that's super. Thank you very much. We wish you all the very best. Right. We're now going to move on to Dominika Stelma from Poland. A lady who's done very well in South Africa, but she also has a 2:36 marathon best set in her home country and in Debno. Dominika, you obviously do enjoy running in South Africa. You've done fantastically well and a number of podium places. What are you hoping for this weekend?
Okay,
There's 3 steps to choose from.
So first of all, I'm very, very happy that I can be here again because I really love South Africa and South African races. Opposite to the girls, for me it's a very short race, so I am not so fast. I prefer comrades and races which are more hilly and more difficult than this one. But I will do all my best to run as fast as I can. I'm very well prepared, like my training was really good the last days. The only thing which is against me is that I twisted my ankle 2 weeks ago, so I'm a little bit afraid if my body will be okay with the 50K. But like I said, it's only 50K, so yes.
Only 50Ks, and there's no Fields Hill, Inchanga, Botha's Hill, or Polly Shorts to worry about either. Right, well done. And then let's introduce Adele Broodryk, 2:47 marathon PB, 3:46 in the Two Oceans. This lady certainly has come on the scene and is doing fantastically well. You know, Adele, you've gone out fast in the past, and it hasn't quite worked. Is that still one of your sort of tactics, just to go out and run your pace?
Hi everyone. Yeah, I'm a quite aggressive and competitive runner, been my whole life. So no, Sunday is definitely going to be another ball game. Going out on my own pace, my own race pace, or training pace, if I can say it like that. And we're bridging on the beginning of comrades training, so this is really a good fitness test. Like Dominika said, this is for us a short distance actually. Yeah, so looking forward to test the fitness on Sunday.
So, comrades, it's, so you say this is a training run for comrades. And well, you mentioned you're just going out at your training pace. What would that be?
That's confidential.
Right, these are the confidential files. We'll excuse Adele, thanks. Right, so she's going to surprise everybody on the weekend. Let's call up Khalaletang. If you could come and join us. Another lady who's really done well. I remember watching the Comrades Marathon last year. First time I watched it from a couch in 30 years. And just so surprised to see you coming into that stadium to get that gold medal. And you looked so fresh. How did it feel?
I feel great.
How did it feel after Comrades?
I feel so great. Yeah, as my first comrade, I did not expect those results as my first ultra. Yeah, even though I had 50-kilometer Runified as an experience for ultra, that it was a privilege for me to look forward, and it put me a lot of confidence to look forward for an ultra marathon.
So tell us now, you know, you had those good results last year, and does that give you a lot of motivation to take it to the next level?
Yeah, it did really put me a lot of confidence. It pumped my confidence up to look forward to Comrade as my after 50 kilometers Runified 2022. Me and my coach, we went to a drawing board and we planned up for Comrade Marathon, even though wasn't a plan for me to finish up the Comrade, but halfway. But my coach lately decided, but your preparation show you up well that you can finish up Comrade. Then we look forward for it.
Yeah, very well done. That was a fantastic effort, and I think there's a bright future for this young lady. Well done. And let's, last but not least, let's call up our pace setter, one of our pace setters, Stella Marais. And Stella, you've also improved dramatically last couple of years. I remember that phenomenal performance in Peninsula. But tell us, you know, there's confidential files here, but what pace are you going out at on Sunday?
We're going out at 3:40 pace. Yeah, that is the pace we're going to try and run for as long as possible. Yeah.
So if I do some quick maths, 3:30 is a 2:27 marathon.
3:40.
10:40, yeah, so it's about 3:40, yeah, just under.
Yeah.
I mean 2:40.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's a no, it's a 2:35 pace for a marathon.
Okay, yeah. That's good. 2:35. Yeah, because you've got to get that record.
Yeah.
That's wonderful. And your condition self?
I took a break after Cape Town Marathon. I got married, honeymoon, came back, and I'm training hard at the moment. I'm also preparing for an international marathon in April. So this is also a big fitness test for me and a confidence booster, and I'm confident that I can run the pace.
And how deep do you expect to go into the race? What is your target?
My target is 30 Ks. I feel it's a good distance. I feel confident I can do it.
Now I'm just on a different question here. You look like you're glowing and that you're confident. Is it to do with the running or the fact that you're happily married and had the honeymoon?
Both. Holistic.
That's wonderful. Stella, thanks. You have a good day on Sunday. Right, folks, any thoughts or questions from the floor, or can we let these athletes go and have a nice little rest? I'm sure they can't wait to get back to their hotel rooms and put their feet up. So let's give them all a big round of applause, both the men and the women. Thank you very much for your time. Thanks, ladies. Cyril. Oh, is that your microphone?